Umewekelea timu moja, umesema kwamba naomba kwamba Arsenal ishindwe, Man U ishinde for instance. What is your prayer in your heart? Utakuwa unaombea wengine mabaya. Wewe na mchawi kuna tofauti gani? Kwa sababu mchawi anataka mtu mambo isimwendee vizuri, si ndio? Yes. I know this is making me unpopular, but I have to tell you the truth. Gambling is not a godly spirit. It has become a modern curse. Society pays the escalating cost of associated crime, victim support, and family breakdown as a result of gambling. So, let me ask you, ndio uanze kuimagine. Uliwekelea, how much wale ambao uliwin? Uliwekelea ngapi? Hiyo ya kwanza yenye uliwin. Uliweka ngapi? 100 shillings ukapata? 1,700. Hii 1,600 ilitoka wapi? Ha? Si kuna mtu alichomeka? Do you know there are people who steal to bet? Si ni kweli? People steal because betting has addiction. So, mtu aliiba kuku ya mtu. Pale ushago. Akawekelea 100 yake, ikaenda. Ukapokea. Have you participated kwa ile kuku ya ule mama kwa kijiji? You see how we are cursing ourselves? Families are being broken down because of gambling and betting. And the challenge is, it is a way that people think they are making easy money. But I hope you know how these things work. So if you want to grow up as a young person, one who fears God, keep yourself away from this. Gambling violates the Christian principle of stewardship. God identifies work as the appropriate method of giving, of gaining material benefit, not the playing of a game of chance while dreaming to gain at the expense of others. Gambling has a massive impact on society. Financial costs result from crime committed to pay for the gambling habit. Increased policing and legal expenses, as well as associated crime involving drugs and prostitution. It is this serious, children of God. Gambling does not generate income. Rather, it takes from those who often call ill afford to lose and gives to a few winners. The greatest positive economic benefit is an illusion. In addition, gambling violates the Christian sense of responsibility for family, neighbor, the needy, and the church. But I know if I asked you, wakati uliwin, ulitoa tithe? Nilitoa. How many of you give tithe wakati uliwin? Pastor miangalia chini, he's doing something else. Pastor, how many of you give tithe? Kwa nini kutoa? You are conscious, si ndio? Mwambie kitu si mzuri kupeleka mbele ya Bwana. Gambling creates false hopes. The gambling dream of winning big replaces true hope with a false dream of a statistically improbable chance of winning. Christians are not to put their hope in wealth. The Christian's hope in a glorious future promised by God is a sure and certain, unlike and opposite of gambling dream. The great gain that the Bible points is godliness with contentment. Is great gain. Amen. Gambling is addictive. The addictive quality of gambling is clearly incompatible with the Christian lifestyle. The church seeks to help, not to blame those suffering from gambling or other addictions. Christians recognize that they are responsible before God for their resources and their lifestyle. So once you get into it, it can be very difficult to come out. And if you're here as a young person, now umeshindwa kuacha, please come forth, speak to the leader, speak to your pastor. He will guide you on how to come out, because it is addictive. Once you get into it, there are people who can sleep hungry, there are people who can use even fare, they walk long distances, lakini ameplace yako kamia. Na sijui ni kwa nini ukiwekanga kwa kamia kanaendanga tu hivi, ukiona kanaenda tu hivi, kamaenda tu. Na kanaenda mapema, Na wakati umeplace jioni umelala, ndio uangalia asubuhi. How is that night? Asubuhi unataka kuangalia, unasema naweza angalia nipate sija win. To watch, sometimes you don't even pray about your life because of such. I want to stop there for today for the subject of gambling. Let's go now to the really gist. As I said, I know I'm speaking to people who have who are really gaining experience in matters of finances. But as I said, it is one thing to come to college and study and become, a master of this information. It is something else to have discipline on matters of finance. Good. Now, what are the 5 key components of financial discipline? Some people call it financial literacy. I know some of the things I'm going to speak here, you could be knowing them, but I want to bring them to our daily application, our daily life. I think that will make a lot of sense. Does the idea of making a major financial decision or even checking your bank account stress you out? Now, we talk about financial account. Wacha kufikiria ya Equity, hata ya M-Pesa. It's an account. Does it stress you? Ulikuwa na 10,000, then okay, tani nimeenda mbali, I'm sorry. Ulikuwa na 3,000. I think now I'm okay. Ulikuwa na 3,000. Excuse me. And you are so sure that that money was going to run you for 2-3 weeks, and then all of a sudden ukiangalia M-Pesa balance unapata imefika 1,300. Ukiangalia spending, kuna time ununua credit ya 200. Bundles za 100. Am I speaking to someone? How do you feel when you realize that the balance is coming down? Na sijuangi, I don't know why, in most cases, wakati balance imekuja mpaka 60 bob, ndio gas inaisha. Sini kweli? Something major happens and you can't account. So we're going to ask ourselves, how can we mitigate this? How can we mitigate this? So at least we're able to survive